Very good morning. It's Jeff Laughton. It is, not sure what day it is, 22nd of February today. You have to excuse me, I'm a little bit jet lagged. I've been away for 5 weeks. I only got back a couple of days ago, so I'm still struggling with that. But I did want to, obviously we touched on a few winners yesterday, and I think it's important that you try and get out of the mindset of trying to find big price winners. You will lose money. Now, I'm not saying it's not good. It's in a 7, 8, 9, 10 to 1 winner. Brilliant. But looking for them, you'll hit so many losers. I don't want to be a hero and find them sort of prices, because I want to win money every day. And to win money every day, you got to get into the races that you are the favourite. I keep stressing this. Bookie's either the favourite or you're the favourite. And I want to be favourite every time I have a bet. So I only look at certain races every day. I'm going to cover 5 races today for you, and then it's down to you to decide whether you want to back them, whether you want to sit out, whatever you want to do. I'm not going to, as I say, I'm not going to use this as a tipping line. I'm going to try and help you to find winners yourself. Using that old adage that I used yesterday: if I give you a fish today, then you'll eat well. If I give you a fishing rod and teach you how to use it, you'll eat well every day. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to become a winner, which is not easy at this game. I spent 20 years giving money to the bookmakers every week of my life, and it's probably 25 years ago that I actually turned things round. And as I say, I moved from a council house. I'm now in a house worth over £1 million, and that is all down to betting. So I want you to achieve what I've achieved, and I'm going to help you do it. So we're going to look at the races today. First race I want to look at is 2:15 at Lingfield, and the race I'm interested, the horse I'm mainly interested in, a horse called Classic Maestro. Now he runs over fences for the very first time today, but he looks good over hurdles and he's progressing. He runs off the same mark as he ran off when he won 7 days ago over hurdles at Newcastle. And all his runs have been on testing ground, and he's certainly going to get that today. The kid who rides him has ridden him the last twice, so he knows him. And he's, as I say, he's generally a good jumper. If he takes to fences, I think he should be much too good for these. Not saying it's one I want to absolutely lump on, but I'm looking for winners for you. And I think that would be something to have a look at. 2:45. Only 2 horses in this race, but Hidden History is the one I quite like. He won his only Irish point-to-point impressively, and if you don't value what Irish point-to-points are worth, then you're missing a trick here, because so many of our top jumpers have come from the Irish point-to-point field. I'm not necessarily bothered about English points form. It's not worth a carrot compared to the Irish form. So when a horse has won its only start as an Irish point-to-point, you really do need to sit up and take notice. And he won his only one impressively. I was surprised to see him only fetch 45 grand at the sale that he went to. I thought he would be fetched a lot more than that. And then he went on his hurdles debut, jumped really well, I thought, that day. Wasn't good enough to get near the winner, who's won since. In fact, the first and the fourth have come out of that race and won since. He looked held in fourth, but he finished strongly to almost snatch second. And there's no doubt, having won over 3 miles in Ireland, which is what the point-to-point races are, the 2 mile was too sharp, and he steps up in trip today. That has got to suit him. The danger would be Home Free, owned by John Magnier, which you know he's not going to put things in training that are just average over jumps, certainly. That'll be a player after. He was third to a smart one of M. Paulins at Huntingdon, but I thought Hidden Story would have too much for him today. Go to the 3:45. Major Fortune won his last 3 races. Didn't think he'd won him impressively until the last time, and significantly that was on testing ground, which he's going to get today. He's not gone up that much because he's not been mega impressive. carries a £7 penalty for that win at Lingfield, but he is due to go up another £6 from the weekend. If there's a concern, it's that Dan Skelton has only had one winner from his last 25 runners, which for a top yard like that wouldn't be great. I think San Pedro is a lot more exposed, but I was quite impressed with the way he won last time at Plumpton, I believe. He could give him plenty to think about. His best form probably is on better ground. So at this stage, I don't think it'd be a race I'd want to particularly bet in. So where are we going next? Let's go to Newcastle. Charlie Appleby's got a runner here. Obviously, we put that one up yesterday, the notable, whatever it was called, notable speed. I'm struggling with, as I say, you'll have to excuse the jet lag at the moment. That one impressively, as we thought it would. But they got Dazzling Jewel here. Now, she went off at odds on when she made her debut at Haydock in the summer. I had her as strong as you like that day. They thought she was a certainty. But she weakened quite badly, and she has worked well since, but she was working well before she made her debut. I think Sea Ice brings the best form into the race, but that's pretty exposed. Got a mark of 78. I know you'd like to win a maiden rather than a handicap, but I'm not sure she would win a handicap off 78. So, and you can also throw in Kettridge on that one, by the way, because that finished a good second to a Roger Varian horse who was 4-7, and I think the third horse would be about 9 lengths behind. So that would be a good start. So all in all, at this stage, unless I get a real strong message for something, it's a race I would sit out of. The other race I wanted to look at is the 6 o'clock at Newcastle and Cover Up. Now, I tried to buy this horse. Made his debut. In fact, he ran his first 2 races for John Gosden over 7 furlongs. Showed so much speed, just didn't get home. They entered him in the sales, and I was all set for going to try and buy him. And then they decided to withdraw him from the sales, drop him back to 5 furlongs, and that was the making of him. He sort of settled off a mark mid-70s, which was about where he was. But then they've run him on the all-weather, and he's looked a different horse. They ran him over 6 at Lingfield, where he shot clear. Was just coming to the end over 6, but they ran him again on the all-weather at 5 at Newcastle. I thought he was quite impressive that day. It looked like he got plenty left up his sleeve. He's got up a total of £12, but I think on the all-weather there could be more to come, and he would look very interesting. Now, if you want me to send you information when I'm going to be having a big bet, I need you to subscribe. Just hit the subscribe button, and when I'm going to have a big bet myself, I'm not saying I'm not having a bet every day. I mean, there's 1 or 2 there that I've already backed. Certainly Classic Maestro I'm keen on today. But when I have a big bet, I will send to anybody who subscribes to the channel, I will send you those bets. So I'll be back tomorrow. I'll cover tomorrow's racing. Hopefully there'll be more jumpers to go out tomorrow, and I'll speak to you before 10 o'clock in the morning.